What's lockpicking my clubs? Welcome back to the Lockpicking Club, everybody. This is season 2, I think. Are we calling
Nope.
it season 2 or was okay? This is
We
season
could.
2.
It's the same
Everybody,
campaign.
yeah, but
I don't know.
we've apparently done something. I
chapter
wasn't
2.
away of it.
We
It's
have changed
chapter
half.
2.
We could call it chapter 2 because we're on a new book
Chapter 2.
now.
Yeah, chapter 2.
Chapter
That's really cool,
2.
actually.
All right. I'm very excited, but someone else needs to give the recap because I wasn't there.
I will give the recap. So last time on the Lockpicking Club, we killed Nurgerber's faithful guide.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Abjal Kiman.
Which apparently isn't his actual name.
No,
but that
that's
is what we
his
have been
name.
recalling
That's
him.
his name. That's his name. There's a
What's
misprint
calling
on
my
his ID.
Kimon?
It was a misinput that became a correct input.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
and
that's what happened. We won the revolt. The city of Jula has been saved, has been liberated.
The fish soup revolution was a rousing success, and we only came away with more questions.
That's right.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
why were this Norberger cult and why were the Knights of Bendigo talking to what supposedly is one of the faculty members at the Magaambya? That's upsetting.
Yeah,
and there
true.
is some more information about this vesicant egg, which has been haunting us this entire time.
Very
I
true.
love it when Sean takes notes. It makes me very happy.
Hey, Matt.
I'm not. I just remember these words. I don't even have my notes open.
That is incredible,
Wow.
honestly.
Yeah. It's hard to believe I have a job. You know.
Matt, are you familiar with the fact that this pile of several fine chocolates is empty?
Yeah, that
What
was my pile of several fine chocolates.
It's like one of those tins you get for Christmas that you think has cookies in it, but it's all just
So
telling
I
you.
get-
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Oh,
Simon.
God.
Yeah. In the process of purchasing items and acquiring spells, you should check out the Mask of Mercy that's in the party stash.
Oh, where do I find the stash? Is my
If
question.
you head to the Actors tab, and it'll say the Lockpicking Club, it'll be like a red folder, and there'll be a little document-looking sheet of paper ass thing. And you click that.
For stuff? No.
Actors
Uh,
tab, red Lockpicking
Oh.
Club, piece of paper icon,
Yeah, I clicked that. Oh, stash.
and then stash.
Thank you.
And this is where I think group
I apologize. I'm
supplies
back.
should go. Welcome back.
Can I give you icons for these uniconed things? Would you want icons for these? Like, for example,
What
this
an
Mask of
icon
Mercy?
thing? Oh, I mean, yeah, sure, if you want to.
Okay,
Hey,
I will
Simon.
send you icons.
I don't
It's
really
gonna
care.
be the mask from the mask. I can already tell.
Simon, you're an icon.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
So due to your successful revolution and murdering Abjal Kiman, the Knights of Bendigo have scattered. They're now little more than common bandits. The people of Jula defeat and capture some knights. Many flee the town to evade justice. The Uruxes dedicate some
And
time
taxes.
to hunting them down and dragging them back to answer for their transgressions. You reunite Iboko and her father, which is really nice. They're really glad that you've done that and thankful to you for that. And you guys head back to Blood Salt to find the rest of your students that you abandoned, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, that's a strong word. All right.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's a legally.
Is it really?
I mean, probably. I think abandonment is
Could
a
you
legal
sue me
statute.
for whichever one's
libel?
spoken? Slander or libel, whichever one I just did.
I think libel is. I think slander might be spelled.
So, strength requirement on armor, is that, is it 2 or is it +2?
Yes, slander is spoken.
It's +2. It's certainly not 2. Certainly not
You-
2
Right.
strength.
You have to just be a meager old
So,
man to wear
It's
this
not like
armor.
you need 12 strength to wear this armor. It's like you need 14 strength to wear this
Correct.
armor.
So
Okay, gotcha.
in the remaster, they changed what a lot of things are called. For instance, flat-footed is now called off guard. And even though the remaster is not out yet, the new book is using remaster lingo, and they made a preview of the remaster. So Foundry is adopting this remaster stuff. So in Foundry, flat-footed is gone. It's off guard now. And another one of those changes is ability scores are gone. There's no 10, 14, 18 in strength or what have you. It's only +2, +4, +6, that shit, right? Which obviously is incredible and makes sense. And it's like, why are we doing it? Why do we have two numbers that mean the same thing for so long? But yeah, so things might like look a little different than you used to as a result. Okay, so you guys head back. Uneventful travel. It's incredible, really, how many things happen to you on the way
does that mean
here.
we can take a rest?
What'd you say? Oh,
It's all
yeah, you can
camera.
mash the shit out of the rest button.
Hell yeah, baby.
It's been a year.
It's incredible
It's
how many
been a year.
things happen to you on the way here and how few things happen to you on the way back. It's almost as if the world is like designed for that sort of pacing.
I'm surprised that it's been a full year, but the clock hasn't moved.
It
forward.
hasn't
It's
been a
still
year. It
47,
hasn't been a
25.
year. It has not been a year.
Okay.
It's been a day. Well, it probably took some time for you to get down there, so I'm just gonna slap this a few times. There
Happy
you go.
toil day.
How
Yeah.
do you purchase things?
There's like a little money dollar icon next to them. I don't know if that's the stage you're at.
I usually go to Safeway.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Also, why is Finnick still here? I need to kill Finnick. Okay, he's dead now. Even though he's still here in the story, but you know, spoilers. You return to find that your students have learned all they can from Blood Salt, and their research notes present lots of enlightening information. They're all very happy to see that you guys didn't die, and that you've returned with a Boko, and you saved their dad, and everything is right in the world.
There's nothing wrong in this
That's
world. It's
true.
it's that Russian guy in the club that's like, there are so many things in this world that are bad and evil, but not in this room.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
true.
So what are you guys doing now?
Yeah, is Iboko there?
Yeah, Boko's here. Yeah.
Yeah, I go and I hug Iboko and said, I was so worried about you. I'm glad you made it back.
Well, you
You
just
got your
traveled
dad.
back with her for, weeks.
Yeah, well, this scene happens when we first run into her.
Oh, okay.
We
got it,
got your
understood.
dad.
Okay, so this is back the thing that happened earlier.
Yeah,
You want to do
yeah.
that? She says, "Daddy!" And they embrace, and it's very loving and beautiful. It's the beauty of family right in front of your eyes.
That's
That's
awesome.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, then we make it back to the town, right?
Yeah, we're
Wait,
back
you-
in Nantambu.
Oh, okay.
No, you're not back
I
in
gather everyone
Nantambu,
together and
that's
say,
Back in
correct.
Kyoto.
hey, we should probably go
route.
speak to
Okay.
Professor Ott.
Blood
Yeah.
Salt is no longer a town.
You
it
guys
was.
want to go back to
Shepard has a
Nantambu?
little. Shepard has a little RP thing he wants to do. He's like, as soon as his students are like really proud of like everything that they've learned and like all this research that they've done, Shepard like pulls this assignment straight out of his ass and is like, "But did you remember about the essay that I left you while we were traveling?" And like he had never like ever explicitly said that he was leaving them an essay. And everybody gets like really nervous about it, and he's like, "It's okay, it's due by tomorrow." And so like all the students like scatter and now have to do an essay for Shepard's class. But yeah, that's it.
Great.
Thank
I
you.
was gonna assign a. Well, none of them. Did you notice that none of them asked what the essay was about?
That's a really good point, actually. My Discord is still loading. Can you guys see me?
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
I can see you.
Okay, interesting, because I can't see any of you, so I'm going to attempt to fix that. Thank you.
Good luck. So you guys go back to Nantambu? Is that the plan? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah.
Another uneventful, whatever amount of time that is. It's like a week, 2 weeks maybe. We'll say 2 weeks of travel. And you're back. The familiar sights of Nantambu. Back in the jungles, where it's jungly and wet. It's wet. Familiar faces everywhere. You guys return to campus. A lot of people are staring at you because you're a pretty large group of people who've been gone for quite a while.
How long exactly have we been gone?
Yeah, that's the kind of information that you think I might have.
I'd say like a solid 2 months.
See, I think we started tracking time after you left. Let's go look.
Yeah.
It was kind of big. They invented the calendar while we were gone. It's so embarrassing.
Let's see. I'm gonna go look at our YouTube channel. Oh, that's right. You can't just search the Lockpicking Club. Oh wait, no, you can. Here it is.
I do remember.
It's so cool.
I think it was like early autumn when we left, and now it's like just turned to winter. About. So I would say maybe like 2-3 months is a solid guess.
Yeah. Sure. About there. It's hard to say, Hard to keep track of time over a long period of being away. Yeah, none of these
As soon as
have
we
the
can.
calendar in them.
I guess we should go to Ott, I say to the others.
Makes sense. I don't see why
Yeah.
not.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go find teacher Ott. That was a question.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yes.
You find teacher Ott, and he is very happy to see you. You're back. How did it go? You have to tell me everything.
Well, I'm sure you got our message about the deal, the unfortunate deal we had to make.
Oh right, I definitely remembered that.
Well, now that you've remembered that, what say you to bringing this young man to your school?
I say he's been doing quite well for a month already.
Well, that's good to hear. Has there been any awkwardness about that as far as the politics of it, or?
Well, some of the staff were a little wary, but I knew that I trusted your guys' judgment, and so I advocated for this student, and I said that somebody who's so clearly gifted in magic and is so willing to learn has a place here at the Magaambya, regardless of where they come from or anything like that.
That's great to hear. If there was like a roster of our students that existed, you should add him to it. I think that would be a nice symbolic gesture.
Okay.
On to more pressing matters, I guess. Yeah, while we were out there, we kind of discovered this slaver group. Slavers, ravers, bandits. They were sort of worshiping this guy named Norgorber. I'm sure you're familiar with the god.
Yeah, Norgorber.
And we sort of put an end to their treachery. So,
Not related to the fantasy fast food chain Norburger where they don't sell burgers.
Burger.
They
No,
absolutely do not
The
sell
fantasy Australian food chain.
burgers.
Yeah, someone
Yeah.
should definitely check those guys out just in case they're related by some chance. To Nordberg.
What was the burrito place that we had in
Bobo's
town?
Burritos.
Yeah.
Bobo's Ritos.
You know, they actually make them in like combination buildings. Like they'll have a Bobo's Burritos in one part of the building and then a Norburgers in the other part. It's really weird. But it's like sometimes the Norburgers will be like closed and it's just the Bobo Burritos with like an empty shell on the other half of it. It's really weird.
See, I thought Bobo's Burritos was like a local place. Now I
That's
feel
what I
weird
thought
going there as
too.
well.
You know, you'd think it's kind of like
Like a local chain, you know?
yeah, no, it
You
started
guys gave
here,
them
but
quite
you know,
a lot
it's
of
more popular.
business.
Yeah, it's more popular outside.
Yeah, so other than that, we've got, I guess, maybe more distressing news to discuss, and that is that we believe someone from our school was doing work with them in order to learn more about the vesicant egg, if you remember.
More specifically, Korode Ulawa.
Yes.
Oh my.
She was
Sadly.
in talks with the Knights of Abednego, and there was also some talk of the vesicant egg, which I'm sure we already told you about when we were engaging with those that conspiracy of snake peoples.
This is distressing. What did Oyamba say when you told him?
We haven't told him yet. We thought we'd come to you. We don't really know how to get like a meeting with him. I kind of assume he's got really important things going on. So.
Well, this seems very important, and I mean, I'm not really the sort of person that could do anything about this. You're, making these allegations against my, colleague.
Well, they're more than allegations. We have this note that we.
I'm
It is
sure,
like
I'm
hard
sure.
evidence.
But we're at the same level here.
Sure, yeah.
All right, we'll
Yeah,
we'll go visit the High Sun Mage, and then we'll get this sorted.
Yeah, we just trust you a lot, so that's why we came to you
Well,
first.
that means a lot. Thank you.
After all, you are the one who got me this job, so.
And I'm glad for it.
Speaking of which, while we were gone, was there any new hires that we should meet or anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know why
There
they
is
would hire
one
faculty
person
while we were away.
who assured me that they are related to the Magaambya or something like that, but I haven't heard anything from them, so I'm not sure. But I'll let you know if anything comes up.
Interesting. Okay. Well, thank you for telling us that vague statement to our very vague question. We're gonna go talk to the High Sun Mage now.
Okay, great idea.
How do we find him?
He's in
You-
his
You
office,
could try
right?
his office.
Yeah. Okay. So he's just got like an office.
Yeah, most like teachers and whatnot do,
Yeah, but he's kind of more than like a teacher. He's like the dean.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
like
there's
a High
dean.
Sun Mage.
Dean has an office, probably.
Not always, but
Well, he has an office.
okay. We go to High Sun Mage Oyamba's office.
Yeah, he welcomes you in to speak with you, as you are now returning from a long journey which he sent you on in the first place.
Hello, Oyamba.
Welcome back.
It's been a long time since we've spoken.
It has been an amount of time.
I'm sure you have lots of questions. Why don't you start by asking questions and we'll just answer them?
Well, why don't you just give me a summary of everything that happened?
We summarize everything that happened, but we make things like us endangering students' lives sound a little bit better.
Wow. I could see how maybe parts of that story could be interpreted as you endangering students' lives, but the way you told it, it didn't feel like that at all.
How responsible.
I think that all of your actions were very responsible and well thought through.
Yeah, I'm glad you see it that way because we were really worried.
It sounds like you did a lot of good for the people of Q2 and the people of Jula. And this prison of the vacant eye sounds very interesting. Perhaps some research could be conducted there in the future.
Oh yeah, no, I think we were a really good role model to the students and the people of, the Magaambya, and I think that includes the political decisions we made while we were out there, such as supporting slavery.
What?
Getting that one student into our school.
I hear he's been doing quite well.
Yeah, Raza, you're being like a little racist right now.
Not all of them are slavers, and this one's a
Uh-huh.
savant, so obviously he must be nicer than the average, right?
Just because you're like from a country that does bad stuff doesn't mean you don't deserve an education. You know what I'm saying?
True. Just because you're the son of the ruler of a country that does
Not
bad.
the son of the ruler. He was like the son of the local leader of the.
It's like the
Thing.
nephew.
Oh, I thought he was like the prince.
No, I don't think so. Anyway.
Well, I'm gonna go back and listen. Regardless, we lie. Oh yeah. So now on to sort of the distressing news. Sort of a
Yes.
footnote on our journey ultimately, but something we think you should hear about right away. And then we handed the note.
Oh my. This is distressing. We need to talk with Koride about this. And then he casts a spell.
What's this? Can we tell what the spell is?
It's a spell.
I'm too lazy to look it up, but it's a spell that tells Koride to come to his office.
Well, this is gonna be awkward.
So,
Raza says out loud.
you guys get any good research?
Shepard whispers
yeah.
after Raza says that and says, "It's always awkward."
Oh god.
You could say that we got some good research.
Like we learned like a bunch of things. It was great.
Koride walks in and she looks around at all of you sitting in Oyamba's office, and she says, "Oh, you're back. What did you need me for, Oyamba? I sunmade Oyamba," she probably says, because that's probably respectful. And he says, "Well, it has come to my attention that you've made contacts with these Knights of Abendigo, known criminals, trying to look for information about a vesicant egg. And it was my impression that we had agreed that the vesicant egg would be taken far away, somewhere hidden where nobody would find it, and not researched." You can see that Koride looks kind of nervous, as one might be in such a situation. She says, "Oh, well, that was before we knew about it. I had, I did send those letters, but I thought that they would be able to help me find out about it, and this was all before we knew about the true nature of the egg, and I haven't looked into anything further since."
May I use one of my feats to read this situation? I would like to use Aura Sight to kind of read. It says there, target's current apparent attitude, emotional state, and physical health. Kind of to tell, like, you kind of like to magically read them. Tell what they're thinking, and like, are they thinking about running? Are they going to cast a spell? Kind of looking for danger.
He is um unfriendly towards you.
Okay.
She seems nervous.
Does she seem hostile?
Physically, no, she does not seem hostile. Seems physically healthy.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna message Rasa and tell her
Oh.
that she's extremely nervous, even though it
Also,
probably
you
shows.
should roll a blind occultism check, just
Okay.
in case maybe she's lying. I mean,
Okay,
who
got
knows?
it.
You know. Maybe she's. I mean, who knows? Really. I mean, really.
Occultism.
Who even knows?
I like this new system. It's all. Oh yeah, occultism is my yellow one. That makes sense.
She maybe seems to be kind of a little deceptive right now.
So, does that mean that the vesicant egg is stored away safely somewhere?
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
yeah. So I message Rasa and say she's obviously lying and is very nervous. Push her and see if she snaps. And that's it.
I can message back, right?
I
Yes,
think
you
you have to like whisper, but yeah.
You get one free text back.
I whisper back. Maybe you should tell Nedian this. Nedian's got a way with words.
Shepard just like turns towards Nedian, like as if he's having a conversation between the two of them, and messages Nedian. Yeah.
Oyamba says, "Well, that seems fine. I will
So-
say, oh,
You.
you don't even know my name. We've
Ulawa?
worked together
Korode
for
Ulawa?
years.
Or
Yeah, I know
they.
you know my name, but they don't know my
I-
name.
Thank you for using the correct pronouns. I did how I did I hit my head. No, don't worry. I'm an artist. You know what it's that kind of brain. Can you so wait, hold on. Remind me again, where did you put this thing? I was looking at my fantasy phone.
Your what?
Fantasy phone.
My fantasy
His
phone.
magic mirror. He was.
Is that
My
like
I was
fantasy
I was
football?
pondering my orb.
Yes. Well, let me check my notes because I closed them for some reason.
I was maybe trying to order bubble tea on my orb.
Well, actually, me and some colleagues, we found a place on a distant plane where we could hide it, and we took it there. We're still
what
working
plane
to
was this?
research how to destroy it, but
How did you hide this out there? What was the method? Also, what professors are you, or what colleagues are you talking about here?
she then says the name of some colleagues that you recognize.
Zuma, really? That's the last person I'd expect, but you know.
Definitely.
Planes.
And what sort of
Transit.
so clearly you got some research done before the hammer came down.
Well, frankly, as I told you last time this came up, we didn't really know much about it. It plainly drew insects and gremlins and pests, but we were unable to find out anything else about it. And since we've gotten rid of it, we still haven't found any leads into how to destroy it permanently.
Do we have the letter that we picked up?
Oh, Yamba has it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess your story makes sense to me. But it doesn't really explain why you chose to fraternize with these criminals. Surely that was a bad judgment call.
Can I tell if she's lying still, Matt? Does that require another roll, or can I just overall?
Once
tell if
per
she's lying?
hour. Once per hour.
But does that mean like I can tell for the hour if she's lying or not? Because to me, it would make sense that like I can, like
I
she's
don't
not
really
hard to
have, like, a
read using
duration.
it. I can identify if they're being deceptive in some way. Are they still being deceptive in some way?
I think you can no longer identify it.
Okay.
You used your thing and they were being deceptive then, and now, you know, they still seem to be similar, but you don't really have the, you know, aura sight.
Magic
out on that.
capability to.
I'm not
Yeah, I'm
using
gonna-
magic. I just want to see if I think she's lying.
Okay, yeah, you can make a perception check.
Well, I'm gonna message Nettie and tell him that I think she's still lying.
Okay,
She
I should
she
probably
says
make this
that
Notably, she hasn't said anything yet.
that is fair.
she tells you the name of a
Yes,
there is no
demi-plane.
active encounter for me to roll perception.
That's because you're trying
I
to roll
think you can
initiative.
roll it.
What? Oh, I'm trying to roll it. How do I roll it as? Oh, like this. That makes sense.
What do you think? What is it that she said that you think she's lying about?
I don't know. I just maybe getting rid of the egg.
Yeah. She does not seem to be lying about getting rid of the egg.
Okay.
She
Okay.
says the name of a demi-plane. It's called
Shubity whoop.
Airbus.
it's called Shubidi Whoop.
Chungamarunga Sungadunga.
Yeah, it's called Shubidi Rupida Rumba Sambadunga.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my
and
cousin's from there.
she says that the other faculty members she mentioned helped her and they could back her up on it.
Okay.
I'll admit, maybe it was a little reckless to be asking those people for information, but I was kind of getting desperate. It was really interesting, and I couldn't figure out anything about it.
I'll make a statement even further. It was definitely more than reckless, considering these ne'er-do-wells were involved in things greater than this plane already, right? So hearing about the Vesican egg and them having their appetites whetted as a result could have been very dangerous.
Well, I mean, it's not like I told them anything about it, you know? And really, at that time, all I knew was that it sort of attracted bugs. I mean, it seemed to have like some further power, but nothing I could nail down. Plus, it was safe here. I mean, what are the Knights of Abednego gonna march into Nantambu and steal it?
Okay, yeah, let's knock on wood. Everybody in the room, knock on wood for me really quick.
Wait a minute.
Knock on
Why
wood.
would they need to do that? It's not in Nantambu.
No, but it was at the time.
Oh, I suppose it was.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
Plus, it's even more safe on whatever we just called it.
It's probably best if we don't hear the name, to be honest.
Well, I think you've already forgotten it, so it really doesn't matter whether or not you hear the
Actually, it was Shoobadoop Chumbadabunga Bunga.
Yeah.
I
yeah, that's-
remember.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I look to the others and say, I'm satisfied with this conversation. I feel as though it was a misstep that, any one of us might have made in the name of knowledge,
Yes,
I wouldn't
certainly lots of people in this room would have made such a misstep.
It's reasonable, but it's very
I would have
reckless.
made that mistake.
James Shepard is going, I wouldn't have made that mistake. Fuck you. Fuck you. I wouldn't have made it.
Can I go? I've got advanced plants in an hour. And an hour is a really long time. I've got advanced plants in 3 minutes.
Shit. I'm supposed I'm supposed to help you grade papers for that. That's my bad. That's
That
my
was-
bad earlier for not.
That was 2 months ago.
I was gone.
Why are you bringing it up now?
I don't know. I feel bad.
Well, okay. Maybe you can help me grade some papers. I don't know, later or
Yeah,
something.
let me know. I mean, that's
Okay,
like
I'm
part
gonna.
of the job, right?
I'm
I'm gonna have Inchworm follow him.
her.
It.
Okay. She
I love how
does.
Sam has like no clue who the fuck we're talking about.
You go, hey girl, I mean they.
Completely honest, Discord still is not working, so I can't see you guys speak, which immediately like makes it harder for me to feel involved in the conversation.
I'm sorry we don't have distinct enough voices.
Yeah,
No,
my
you
bad.
totally do. That's not the problem.
I'll speak in
it's-
like a more nasally, high-pitched tone, just like
yeah, like it
yeah.
kind of helps, you know.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe
maybe
if
I-
everybody
English
could all
first.
just like get a cold every now and then.
It's my mental handicap, all right. But yeah, Interim's gonna follow that.
Do you guys
Great.
think I should get lemon galaxy flower tea or Budapest? Sorry, I'll do this in character on the orb. Do you guys think that I should order lemon galaxy flower tea or Budapest crystal peach sap flower milk tea?
The
last
second
one.
What the fuck is
Okay,
Buda?
yeah.
The dragon of
obviously, that's what I
Budapest
was
tea.
thinking too. The
Yeah,
dragon.
Raza says,
No,
what's a
Or
Budapest?
not.
Raza says, "What's a Budapest?"
I don't know, man. I think it's one of those Debbie plates.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Not much. What's a Budapest with you?
That was bad. That was bad.
I'm surprised
Um,
two
Oh, that
people
was
laughed at it.
awesome. That was
Oh,
awesome.
Mm.
Okay, you guys have a fucking year.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Sam. She goes and teaches advanced plants.
Thank you.
Yeah, I turn to Oyamba and say, "Sorry about that awkwardness. I guess we'll be on our way now."
Is this after the year?
No.
Yeah.
We out of here.
I'm sorry about the awkwardness last year. Okay,
Yay! We succeeded. We beat the book. Now it's season 2.
chapter
That's
2.
officially season.
Chapter 2.
You guys get a year of downtime. Who wants to start?
Do you want to start with me because I have a special thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, who's the teacher that we talked about?
Zuma.
Juma.
No,
Yeah.
Zuma. I just have a fortune
Zuma.
cookie in my mouth, so it sounded weird.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, so I imagine at some point I get some kind of freakish notification in my orb
There it is.
from teacher
Or
Zuma.
orbification.
I was thinking you went to Zuma with like the idea.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll go to Zuma with the idea.
Because Zuma's
I go like,
known
"All right,
for crazy experiments.
Zuma, I got a crazy experiment for you.
Oh?
So you remember when like we did that whole like mind melding thing and like all that? Sort of
The
like
one
that
that-
out of body experience.
The one
and
that
we-
didn't work?
Yes, the one that didn't work, but I have a good feeling this time. Because
Okay.
what we're gonna use it for is we're going to get Falcor and I our bodies back. I'm sick of being and he's sick of being a. You know what I mean?
What was that second sound you made?
Yeah,
Okay.
it didn't pick up. It doesn't pick up very well over Discord.
It sounded
Oh,
like
is it
like an
too high
owl
pitched?
that time.
Is it too high pitch? It doesn't
Yeah.
like quite make it
Sorry,
through.
I've got old ears.
Okay,
You'll have
hold
to
on, let
speak
me-
up.
I'll speak
Ear.
lower. I'll choose a lower tone because like that one's also activating Falcor over there. He's freaking out.
It's activating.
Roo roo roo. You got that
Oh,
one?
like a dog or something.
Yeah, like a dog. Yeah, exactly.
And you want to be? What were
So,
you? A
I was an
fish man?
Azarketti. Yeah, I was a fish man because I want to go back and visit home. And Falcor was a dragon, and he just thinks he's just felt a little self-conscious. You know, it's like not as cool.
Dragon?
Like kind of like a smaller one. Yeah, a dragon. Yeah, blue one.
Okay. And you want to go back?
Yes, exactly. So I'm thinking that we can reverse the polarity of our reincarnation using the brain melder experiment. Yes.
You know,
Does that make sense to you?
this might just work.
This is awesome, by the way.
And then I imagine you guys are in there, like, reading, like, writing shit down, mixing various things.
We're doing so
like-
much math.
for like 48
Years.
hours. Like
Yeah.
no sleep, just this for 48 hours. And then you've finally done it. You finally created or designed the ritual that you think will achieve your goals here.
So, yeah, Falcor and I both get strapped into, like, chairs that are back to back, and they're gonna spin
shit.
during the
Oh, shit.
ritual.
Oh shit.
You've got like things clamped to your heads. You've got little
Yeah,
suction
exactly.
cups with like tubes coming out of them everywhere. All three of you start chanting as the chairs start spinning. And there's like swirling of lights of all different colors. You feel your body like changing, your feathers falling out. You feel like scales sort of like crawling up your arms and whatnot. And you also feel inside Falcor's mind to an extent that you've never felt before, even as a Eidolon relationship sort of thing. And then suddenly, boom! There's an explosion. You're blasted into the side of the wall. Well, into the wall. Chair bits go everywhere. Fluids are leaking out of tubes. When the dust settles and you stand up, you look completely different. You look like You look like this.
I look down at my hands, and I recognize them. They
The web.
glow. I'm like, but I see this, and I look down, and I feel glowing. I feel Falcor, but I don't see him. And I go, where? Where's Falcor?
And then
And I start to get really mad.
Zuma says, "It seems, in your anger, you killed him."
What?
Well,
And I start to get even more angrier, and then I yell, "I'm Falcor! I'm still here, Daddy!" And I run over,
I love how
shaped hole
you
in the
actually
wall.
didn't get any of that. None of that got picked up.
your mic kind of peaked a lot.
That was all clipping. The audio was just clipping through all of that.
Which kind of gives it a cool effect, but
So I yell, "I am Falcor. Falcor is still here!" And I run. I like do the thing that happens in SpongeBob, where like you run through a wall and like it's like a perfect silhouette of me.
Yeah, that was
And I
really
go. Falcor is in this intense rage, so excited to have opposable thumbs. We're making art.
And then Nedian goes on a angry art phase.
Falcor does,
Well,
technically.
yeah, Falcor does, but they are one.
But they are one.
They are one.
Wow.
Ned.
Nalcor?
Nedicor.
Nedicor! Nedicor the barbarian!
And what about Falkian?
Falcon!
That was pretty good.
I sent in the chat Chadian.
Chadian.
Was there anything else you wanted to do this year?
No, I didn't think of anything else. I'm mainly just manically producing probably the greatest and edgiest art I will ever produce in my
Great.
time on this earth.
Anybody else? Downtime. Nobody?
No, I got some downtime
Oh, okay.
stuff,
Yeah, let's hear
but
it.
I just wanted to give other people the opportunity.
I currently have to organize my thoughts a bit more, so
Yeah,
if you guys wanna
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, I imagine there's like a scene where like the early morning sun like peeks into the room of my home, and Fern, like my husband, he wakes up and he looks and I'm not there in
My
bed.
husband. Sorry. Sorry, continue.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, he's my husband. He like looks around and he's like, where is she? And he like gets into his wheelchair and he like goes outside, and like outside of our house, I'm like meditating there, like levitating like a couple feet off the ground. And from his view, that's all he sees, right? But then the camera like cuts to me, and you can see like visions of these like cloud dragons flying around me, as I'm sort of like peering into this magical energy that was absorbed while we were there. And this is like a snapshot of this, but I'm doing this like every day for like months, as I'm trying to become one with these dragons. So yeah, I'm gonna spend a week retraining my geomancer into dragon disciple archetype.
Cool.
Ooh.
Wow.
At some point, Shepard also gives you like a cloud dragon rune bracelet, I imagine.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have 51 other weeks.
Yeah.
I have some things I wrote down, but I don't know how long these things take because of the nature of them. But so practical research is where we study a place, right?
Yeah.
So if I wanted to go back to Blood Salt to do that, how long would that take?
How fast are you?
I have 40-foot movement speed.
40 foot. 40, it's like 200 miles. Six and a quarter days to get there. So we'll say a week to get there.
Okay, so a week to get there, and then like, how does investing time into the practical research work?
We'll say that research takes a month.
Okay, so that's 5 weeks gone, or I guess 6 weeks for the return trip. But yeah, I'd like to research, Matt. Do I need to
You
roll
can
a
do
thing?
it multiple times. I'll say this place, it's already been pretty researched. So I'll say you can do it 3 times maximum.
In
And
that
then
month, or
No, ever. It's got
like
3
like
more.
each one's a month?
Yes.
Okay, I'm only gonna do 1 month because I don't want to be away from my family for that long.
Okay. Which branch are you doing?
So can I study it as a rain scribe?
Yep. So you need to make a rain scribe check, which is medicine or nature or survival.
Yeah, I'll do medicine. Oh, should that have been blind?
No, that's fine. And you're going up to the branches level is 9. You're at 9.
Oh yeah, I also have a star next to my 9.
Oh, so it should be 10. Yeah, everybody can check if they have a star next to their thing and they get fucking benefits. Yeah, so you succeed, so it goes up to 11. So at 10, you get At 10 you get a skill increase. So you can, if you are an expert in medicine or nature or survival, you can become a master in that.
I'm sorry. So you said medicine, nature.
Medicine, nature, or survival.
I think I'm. Oh, okay. I'm trained in survival, so I'll go up to expert in that.
And then at 11, you get steeped in history +2. So that is just your steeped in history benefit goes up to +2, which theoretically
What's
the
this activity you're doing, Zach?
feature already does it.
This is practical research. It's the only way we can up our branch stuff now, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. Yeah. So that's 7 weeks total. I'm gonna spend the other 43 or 45 weeks raising income.
Okay, I mean, you're kind of like teaching.
Oh, got it. True. How
Which
many
is
weeks
like-
could I spend earning income?
I don't know.
You sell T-shirts in between classes.
I imagine maybe baked goods or volunteering at like a local like hospital or something.
Okay, how many weeks you say you had left?
43. Or I'm sorry, 45.
45. Okay, so basically you get like weekends off, we'll say, so like 2/7 of that. So we'll say 13 weeks.
Cool.
Okay.
What'd you do for 13 weeks, Zach?
Earn income.
What skill are you trying to use? What are you trying to find?
I'm trying to volunteer at a local hospital.
You're trying to volunteer?
Whoa, no, not volunteer. I like volunteer for money.
You mean work?
You mean?
Well, I don't know. I volunteer for money at summer camp, so I imagine it's something like that.
So
Are you like a traveling nurse?
Yeah, sure. PRN.
There you go.
Okay. So yeah, I would say you find a job. It's like you go there and like you heal sick people, and it's probably a bit below your pay grade.
Okay.
You can, if you'd like to, take some time, use diplomacy to gather information, try to find a better job, or you could just do this job.
If I do that, do I lose this opportunity?
No,
Sure. Why don't we? Oh, and how long would that take?
a week.
Yeah, let's spend one of my 13 weeks doing that.
Okay, so roll diplomacy. You do not find a better job.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll spend the 12 weeks doing that job.
Okay, so then I need you to make a medicine check. Okay, you critically succeeded. You've done outstanding work. What's your proficiency rank in medicine?
Master.
So you get 2 gold piece per day.
Okay, I'll do the math, but that's it for me.
Okay,
That's 2 goats a day.
who's next? Anybody else got any downtime they want to do?
I just have a question. Can I try to
Yeah.
sell some of my art that I'm producing?
Yeah, I would say that is earn income.
Okay, how do you earn income? How do I do this?
So what do you use to make art? Do you use performance or like crafting?
I use
or...
I think I used perform. Believe I used performance once. Yes, I used performance.
Okay. You're not really. I guess you're like looking for people to.
I'm
Buy
going.
your
I'm going to
art.
university art fairs and things, trying to attract the big donors.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make a performance check.
Oh right. Uh, there you go.
Yeah, I would say you find some buyers. What's your proficiency rank? You're trained in performance.
Trained. Yeah.
Um, you make 3 silver pieces per day
Okay.
Wow.
arting.
How many days?
You spend like no time, right? So it's like we'll
Yeah, just a little
say
bit.
we'll say 15 weeks,
Awesome.
counting, you know, you spending if you're spending the whole year whenever you have off teaching.
Sure.
So weekends, yeah. Okie doke. That's you?
That works. Yep.
Shepard, you got anything?
Yeah, Shepard's gonna do stuff. Shepard figures out a lot of things about himself.
Oh.
First week, I think Shepard kind of goes through a crisis of like, I have too much stuff. When he's not in wartime, it's kind of impractical to carry around 4 stabs, like a bunch of bracelets and a bunch of stuff. So he really dials everything down. He sells a bunch of his stuff. And he just kind of settles on having one good staff. So he gets a mentalist staff grader. It's this beautiful, ornate, beautifully carved black staff with this purple-esque amethyst jewel at the top that has like an eye that kind of floats in the middle of it. It's very, Shepard's thing. He kind of goes back to life as usual. He begins researching more about cursing, trying to figure out more about his curse, until eventually he, by accident, begins to figure out what's going on. Shepard's eyes begin to have some serious issues. He, I imagine, talks to Rasa multiple times about this, gets checked up by multiple clerics and people, but he begins to go blind during his year off, which is a big deal to Shepard. His eyes are a big part of who he is. And being able to see magic is kind of the thing that got him involved in magic in the first place. Eventually, this leads to Shepard going completely blind at some point, completely relying on Inchworm to just get around. Until eventually, Shepard is contacted by his patron of sorts through Inchworm herself. Shepard, during this time, begins to communicate with somebody on the other line, on the other side of Inchworm, who's communicating to him, calling him to come back home, so that he can become who he's meant to be. Shepard kind of has these urges to go back home, and be with his family, and things like this, but doesn't quite give in because he's very wary of it. He can sense that kind of there's something evil going on here. Shepard has never really questioned who he is or his certain talents or his curse or things like that. He's just kind of wanting to get rid of the negative aspects of it. But once he starts digging into it, he does actually figure out who he actually is, and that's not even really a human or elf at all. What he really is he's a changeling. So Zach kind of caught me talking about this earlier. Changeling is somebody who's half hag. And so Shepard figures out that he's half hag, and really what's happening here is something called the calling. Changelings, at some point in their life, when they get old enough and strong enough, their hag mother will call them home to join the coven. Or what more often happens to the male changelings is they get consumed, and their power is then shared within the coven themselves. They're basically eaten alive. And so Shepard figured this out and completely rejects this half of him, refusing to go home and even communicating back to his mother or his patron, saying that he'll never go home. It will never happen. And he completely changes his aesthetic and his just who he is at this point after he figures out who he is. Shepard cuts his hair completely off. I sent Matt a picture of Shepard's basically gonna have a new look for this next chapter. Shepard cuts off his long hair and he stops hiding under his hat. He kind of reveals his palish skin, his long nose, his really long ears, and like odd fayish features. He looks very elven, but he's also very pale, and he has a lot of hag-like features, which he was always embarrassed by. He also begins to speak up more. He no longer whispers, and when you guys see him in lectures, he actually looks completely different. Through the help of multiple, I imagine, just like sessions with Rasa, meeting her at the hospital, I imagine that's something that we would do since you're at the hospital a lot, is he eventually does regain his sight, but the blood of his hag ancestors is kind of overcoming his elven ones, and he can no longer use his like seer ability to see magic and things like that. But he begins to become a lot more confident just because he accepts who he is. And yeah, that's like, I would say Shepard's big life change. But besides that, after that big metamorphosis, he kind of goes back to researching and teaching, but with a newfound fervor. He goes around teaching about curses and helping people get over theirs, and even like accepting who they are. And that's a big part of who he becomes. So, yeah.
He's the defense against the dark arts teacher.
Kinda, yeah, that's kind of the vibe he goes for. The other two things I wanted Shepard to kind of happen at this point is I wanted Shepard to repay his debt to his donor. So there is somebody who paid for Shepard's schooling back in the day who was cursed, and he wanted Shepard to go to school because he was more magically inclined to figure out how to cure themselves. So he would pay for Shepard to go to figure out what his curse was, as long as Shepard paid him back and came back and removed his curse. Now that Shepard is high enough level to know how to remove curses, Shepard is going to go back and remove his curse.
Is this something you would share with Raza?
I imagine that especially once Shepard starts going blind, he would have to like explain everything to her.
Once you explain the thing to Raza about the debt, Raza says to you, you know, there's something I should probably tell you too. You know, I feel comfortable with you now that we've been on this long journey together. That I think I should probably let you know about you know, why I'm here at the Magaambya. As you've met my husband, you know, you've seen his condition, and you know, sadly, this was the greatest outcome of a terrible illness that overcame him. And due to the illness, you know, we had financial issues of our own, and we turned to the Aspis Consortium. And I owe them a lot of money, just like you now owe someone money yourself. So this is something, you know, that I bond with you over, and care a great deal about. So any way that I can help you, please let me know.
Yeah, and Shepard, I think, offers the same in response. He's like, I understand, like, I think he understands the pressure of owing somebody. And even though his situation was far different than yours, he also offers to help in any way he can. But yeah, Shepard is going to travel back to his hometown and cure the man of his curse. And I imagine that will take months, because he doesn't live in this continent at all originally.
Where?
Let me look it up really quick. Shepard. Grew up in the wastes of Galtona. The city of Glat. GLAT. That's probably going to be the most recognizable city that's right next to it.
What'd you say the...
GLAT, Glat, is the city that his father's from.
Yeah, I can't find this fucking place at all. You know where it is?
Oh, Galt is what it is.
Galt.
GLAT.
Oh, Galt. Hmm. Galt. Holy shit, that's fucking far away.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different continent.
Yeah.
So if that takes the whole time, I would be okay with that. And then, like, Shepard takes, like, a hiatus and he does that. And then he comes back and he teaches. I'd be cool with that. Besides that, Shepard would research occultism to try and get that up to master.
I will say,
Mhm.
you had previously mentioned something that
Oh, yeah.
you wanted, but you couldn't get, but now you could get.
The teleport spell.
And yeah, that might
Yeah.
help you get there.
So yeah, besides that, Shepard researches some uncommon spells. Teleport would be probably his first one.
Okay, do you want to do that first and then go there?
Let's do that first. Yeah, I think he will learn that spell in order to
Okay.
go
So
forward with his plan.
normally you need to find somebody, if it's uncommon or rare, you need to find somebody who can teach you the spell, but you guys go to a magic school. And I think
yeah.
any uncommon arcane or primal spell you're not gonna have any problems finding somebody who can teach you. So you need to spend an hour per level of the spell.
Level 6.
It's a 6th level spell. You need to pay 140 gold pieces.
Okay.
And then you need to make a occultism check.
That shouldn't be a problem. Oh, there is no active encounter? That doesn't make any sense, my guy. Just gonna do it straight from my character sheet. Oh, I'm already a master in occultism.
Okay, you succeeded.
Nope. What'd I roll?
You rolled a 33.
Cool.
Yeah, so you get access to the teleport spell.
Awesome. And yeah, I'll use that to go home.
Okay, home is about 2,000 miles away. I think you can cast teleport twice a day, right?
Mhm.
So you can go 200 miles a day. So it'll take you 10 days to get there and 10 days
That's
to
fine.
get back.
Yeah, and that's a lot less than I thought it would be. Yeah, I go back and I'm gonna clear a man named Derek Allred.
Every single day, you get up, you have breakfast, and you fucking teleport. It actually, I think it would take some research, quite a lot of research and planning, because part of teleport is that you need to know what the place you're going to looks like, in addition to where it is located relative to you. Luckily,
He has made this trip before, so I imagine that gives him some he knows
that's
where
true.
to start, but it's obviously not going to be something.
Some of these
that's
places
easy.
you've seen before, but maybe occasionally you have to you can't just teleport because you don't know any places. You have to move a bit on foot or take a boat or something. But
yeah, I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you managed to get there. And you're looking for the person who sponsored you. Do they have a name?
Derek Allred is the name.
Of course, Derek Allred.
As opposed to all blue?
Yeah, Derek Allblue is his brother. They do it the other way around.
At the time, I didn't know what to name this guy, so I literally named him my roommate's name.
That's funny. And sorry, what's up with this guy? He's cursed?
He is cursed. So he, a lot like Shepard, is cursed with some kind of occultist affliction. That is similar to Shepard's in the way that he has a lot of like physical infirmities. Like I think in my backstory, it specifically mentions that like he's extremely brittle. The man lifted his head to reveal that he too suffered from a similar ailment, but his was far more crippling to the body. The human man could not stand, would barely talk, and abruptly would feel harsh joints of pain through his body, and his bones would spontaneously splinter into pieces. Clerics and healers could not fix his bones, but no one was able to break his curse. The man's name was Derek Allred.
You get to the town where you knew Derek Allred to live. You get to his house, kind of more like a shack where he lived. You knock on the door. There's no response.
No, I mean, I gotta go inside, Matt.
You go inside.
Yeah.
As you're going inside, his neighbor, who is out front mowing the yard, looks over you and they say, "Oi! What you doing?"
Shepard's still getting very used to like talking. So he kind of like puts on a persona and a voice using his hat, which I'm just going to pretend is my normal voice. Because he can't quite get over his cackle. He kind of talks like a hag. But he goes, I'm looking for Derek Allred. Is he still here? I would understand
Dead.
if he couldn't to the door.
He's dead. He died.
How long ago?
Maybe a year now? Year, 2 months? Year, three, year and 2 months? The plague. You know?
Oh.
My
Y'all
aunt
seeing this
also
blue
died
milk?
of the plague. Yeah, nice blue milk.
Blue milk?
Why, did you know him?
Oh my god.
I did.
Oh, well,
He was a good man.
yeah. You know, he stole my newspaper once.
Have a good day.
I don't have any proof, but
Shepard walks into the house.
I know it was him.
This is obviously like harsh for Shepard to hear. Seeing how he was like one of the few people to ever like show him sincere kindness when he was going through the like pubescent stages of his curse, so to speak, for lack of a better term. And so Shepard is going to like mourn in his own way. I imagine that like tears will be shed as he wanders around the house and like wonders what could have been if he would have gotten here sooner. But I imagine like more importantly, Shepard would attempt to commune with his spirit if he could.
Okay.
Which is something that, you know, for some reason Shepard really likes to do. Which is da 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 da. Oh no, there we go. Just consult that. And then boop. Another thing might be this.
One
Yeah,
second.
he can like attract, quell, and purify household spirits. Until they're ready to move on. But I don't know if I can like in any way like communicate with his spirit, but I just like to tell like leave a message like in any way that I know how, like saying thank you for everything and like explain my story and everything I've gone through. And that's it.
Yeah, you don't feel any lingering spirits in this place, which is a good sign because
That is a good sign.
it means he's moved on.
I think Shepard's just trying to help in any way that he can. But I think he's very happy to know that he passed on well.
Shit. Give me a second, sorry.
No, you're fine. Oh yeah. Intern, stop touching that. Stop touching that.
Looking around his house, it seems that it's been kind of abandoned. He didn't have a lot of possessions, but you do see like little bits of, the remains of food that's been long since, eaten by bugs and little animals and whatnot. There's definitely like some rats and like bugs just hanging out that live here now. Looking around, you do see one interesting thing. It's sort of placed on like a table, sort of like prominently. Like it stands out. It is an obsidian ring that you recognized. He had it. You remember he wore it. He told you it was like a family heirloom or something, and you see it sitting there.
Okay. I would like to pick it up and Shepard for the first time, like he's still getting used to the fact that he can't do it on command, but he does now know how to cast detect magic. Can I cast that and see, or like, how about I just roll to see if I, like, if there's any magical qualities to it?
Yeah, you can roll occultism.
There is no active encounter. Got it. And again, I can do this in 1 minute, and a fail, a critical fail would be a fail. And I'll send this in a second.
Yeah, you do identify this successfully. It is a shadow signet. And I've just put it in your inventory.
Cool. I'll take a look at that. Ooh, that's cool because I just learned some shadow magic through that book. Awesome. Yeah, Shepard will kind of make his peace with the fact that he died and he wasn't able to save him, but yeah, Shepard will make his way home and continue to teach and do his best to help those who do have curses around him. And, yeah.
Cool. Will that be all?
Yeah. That's it. Thank you, Matt. That was very cool.
All right. Anybody else have any downtime they'd like to down or time?
You said we could use downtime to learn uncommon spells.
You sure can.
I would like to learn the spell Horrifying Blood Loss.
Okay. For you, though, the reason you can learn uncommon spells is because you are faculty at the Magaambya.
Oh. That's
and
very
I don't
convenient.
know anything about you.
Who's this mysterious character?
Alright. What is my name again? Oh,
Because-
I'm Anna. Anna Theist.
Because
Currently, I guess I'm
you don't.
That is
on
a funny
I'm
the way to joke now.
traveling to the Magaambya. Hold on, let me find my notes. Where did they go?
Because you only have divine spells, which is not part of the Magaambya's curriculum.
Right. So I am
And your name
on a
is
mission.
Anatheist, and you have only divine spells.
I am currently a visiting ambassador for a temple far away. And I am trying to bridge the gap between psychology, the arcane arts, and also divine and mystic powers.
Guy's a fucking Jungian.
I don't know what that means.
The kids at
That's what
home
you
are
are.
hooting and hollering.
What'd you say? Oh, Jungian from psychology. Okay, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm here to just kind of observe, spell casting. Maybe I'll teach a class about divine magic and stuff. But yeah,
Okay.
that's really what I'm.
And
here
your god is Nethys, right?
for. Yeah, Nethys.
The god of like knowledge. So that
Yes.
part
The
that makes
archive.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
have you been to his archives?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I have yet.
You can access
I
it
pull
from
him up
your
on my
orb.
orb. Yeah.
The orb. Oh no, I
yeah,
haven't.
if you
I haven't
just
accessed
if
it
you
from
just
orb yet.
if you just say into your orb 2E and then whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, he's the all-seeing eye.
Yeah, you can learn uncommon spells, only arcane or primal spells.
Oh, only
But-
arcane or primal?
Yeah, I mean, lots of spells have multiple traditions, so if there's one that's arcane or primal and divine, then you could learn it.
So horrifying blood loss is not one of either of those.
Damn.
So I guess I can't learn it, is what you're saying?
Not here.
How long would it
Horrifying
take me to
blood
learn
loss
it?
is such a funny spell.
It
That's such
takes a
funny
number of
looking
hours
spell.
equal to the level of the spell.
Okay, so it's a second level spell, so it would take me like.
It'll take you 2 hours, but you need to find.
Someone willing to teach it to me?
Yeah.
Okay, I suppose I have traveled to the Magaambya in search of someone to teach me the spell horrifying blood loss.
But it was only.
It was only a 4-hour thing.
Blood.
Wait, no, it is arcane.
What do you mean?
It is arcane,
Yeah, it is
divine, and
arcane.
occult.
Yeah,
Oh, mine says curse, divine, emotion, enchantment.
those are the traits.
Those are the traits.
Oh, I see. Okay, there we go. That's what I've done, and I've done it, and that's me. Thanks.
Yeah. So you want to learn the spell, so then you need to pay up
Okay, how much do I owe?
6 gold, and you
Oh,
need to
yeah.
make a
This guy traveled across the world to learn a spell.
gonna
in
say-
fire for $6.
yeah, and then you need to make a religion check.
I wasn't gonna look it up until Bashar said it was funny.
I don't
not
know
that
if the spell is funny. I just find the name funny.
Yeah, it's fun.
What is it called? Blood.
Horrifying
Horrifying
blood
blood
loss.
loss.
Okay,
Oh
I have
my.
28.
Okay, well, luckily you do not need a big number for a second level spell. So
Thank God.
you succeed. You spend your 28. You said okay. You critically succeed. So instead of 6 gold, you only spend 3 gold,
Wow, what a deal.
and you learned horrifying blood loss at the Magaambya. You've come to the Magaambya, and you've learned horrifying blood loss.
It's not a great spell.
No, it is really good.
Well, the target has to be bleeding.
It's still really good.
Yeah, you do. It is only useful against the target taking bleed
Oh, I
damage.
didn't know that it was bleeding.
So
I'll find
I
some way to get
deal-
things to bleed.
I deal bleeding damage. My axe does.
Genius. You guys
Oh,
are
man.
so
You're so
smart.
smart.
You guys
Gee,
are
I
I
knew
genius.
knew it would be
Wow.
good. I might have to
Sorry to
change
add-
my entire spellbook to work around bleeding now, but
Sorry to add another thing that will distract from the role playing stuff, but also I have a spell now that I can give your weapon shock damage, Bashar. So just let me know
Oh
if
yeah,
you.
the conductee thing.
Yeah.
That is cool.
After a
Yeah, that was
year
me.
of learning, reflection, journeying, buying, selling. Oh, actually, first, I want everybody to fucking take a look at their weapons and their armor. Make sure your armor is at the very least +1 and resilient. Assuming you guys still have money. I don't know if you guys have money, but I think you do have
+2,
money.
and I don't believe it is resilient. But
I don't wear
whatever.
armor.
You don't need to wear armor. If you have like
You can put it on
adventures,
And
clothes.
also,
too.
I think
You
we
can put
might have
+2.
missed out on someone, but who could that be?
Plus 1 in resilient.
yeah, explorer's clothing is like you can put armor runes on it even though it's not armor. So you still get the benefits of the runes even if you don't wear armor.
Damn, I don't know if I want to buy resilient because it's so much money.
How much is resilient?
It is 340 gold.
That's oh.
I mean, all my money is in the joint account, so I don't even know.
In the banana stand.
I guess we could all afford it.
That
if
was
we
a
all
good
take
reference.
Enough.
I mean, I can afford it, but I was also saving up for those gloves.
I'm just
You said that we
saying.
get 4,000 gold if we're new.
You're a
Yes.
new character, yeah.
Okay, pogging.
You should.
We still
you
have
should-
another.
right
We
now?
still have Sean to do, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
no one,
we're
no
not-
one
Oh, you
seems
didn't-
to. Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
say,
No
like-
one seems to remember where Finnick went.
What?
No, it's very odd. It's everyone kind of resumed classes, and it was pretty normal. And he's always been like a pretty eccentric teacher. He always spends like long extended periods like doing these like intense training regimens. And a lot of people, even though he doesn't, he even though he's like not, very strict about like people showing up to his class, people just kind of skip it because it's gym. As long as they're not dying, people aren't concerned about their health. Finnick kind of goes a little bit nutso after not being in like a life or death situation for like a solid moment. He's still like very active and like in a very like combative attitude, but he's coming to a realization that he's gonna have to sit down, buckle up, and become a professor again, and that's a big life change for him. But he's like, all right, I have to find a way to get this energy out. I need to make this a constructive thing for myself, my students, because I can't be a berserking rage figure my entire life. It's unhealthy. So what he plans on doing is setting up a training regimen for his Leshy Pepper. Pepper, who had joined us on this entire journey, has seen the same things that Finnick has seen this entire time, is now like growing and becoming their own person. Like they had existed as Leshy well before Finnick had even like stepped foot in the Milwaukee Expanse. They were their own spirit, but they kind of got adopted in a way.
Is that why
kind
they're
of.
7 years old?
Yeah. Their current body is 7 years old. Their spirit
okay.
is kind of it's eternal,
Gotcha.
in a way, because that's how Leshus work.
Yeah.
So yeah, he kind of, but Finnick is still kind of an overboard person, and he takes physical and like constitutional endurance as a big thing. So he prescribes Pepper a training regimen that would make Bear Grylls want to cry. He ships Pepper to the other side of the continent to, I think, is that Finnick doesn't really kind of remember where it's called, but it's a big deserty place that he thinks is really good for cactuses, and that Pepper would really enjoy, as kind of a sabbatical kind of experience, independent of Finnick, and she would do fine there all by herself. And it takes maybe 2-3 months of Finnick still has kind of an emotional connection to Pepper, and can definitely tell that they had their ups and downs, but you can tell Finnick can tell that they're fine. Pepper finally comes back and is kind of just like a completely different Leshy. Like the the they seem to have like kind of that mystical air about them still. They have like some inherent druidic aura about them that had existed before, but it's a little bit more mature. But there's this like kind of like deceptively like wise and quick-witted ability about them that is like completely unbeknownst to Finnick. Finnick still like sees Pepper as this like cute, kind of innocent, like very smart, obviously smarter and wiser than Finnick himself, but an innocuous fleshy plant, can't do any harm. And then, as it is in the Magaambya, there are bouts. Sometimes Leshies come out and they like to challenge students and they make a big show of it, and everyone has a good time. Finnick sees Pepper go to one of these like proving grounds, these bouts in between Leshy, and is kind of like horrified in a way by what Pepper does, because she manages to take out every single other Leshy in Nantambu by themselves. And Pepper seems to be this completely, independent person that is perfectly capable of defending themselves. And Finnick also notices that something that he got, a while ago, isn't with him anymore. The oath bow that he had been given, like granted by Father Heveril in Jula, is just straight up gone. He doesn't know where it is. So he kind of encounters Pepper and comes to the conclusion like maybe they have it. And Finnick gets the gall, asks Pepper, and Pepper says, "Yes, I have taken the oath bow." And yeah, they have kind of in a way surpassed Finnick as a warrior, oddly enough. And they continue to be good friends and all. It's kind of like a weird like not father-daughter relationship, maybe like father-niece relationship. Like
Father niece.
yeah, like they share they share a last name, but they're not really related in any way. And also they like don't spend as much time together as they might have once in the past, but
Really, it's uncle niece, right?
yeah.
They've got a real Joel and Ellie relationship.
Yeah, it's a Joel and Ellie relationship. But yeah,
Oh, I'm drowning. Oh
you know,
no.
Pepper remains in Nantambu and is kind of the new boss of the Leshy. Kind of runs a clique of them, but kind of disregards them as kind of
I hope one
innocuous.
day, not no time soon, but when I'm mature enough and ready, I get to have a healthy father-niece relationship in my life.
Yeah, she kind of runs her own little troop of Leshy, and has her own stalking grounds somewhere in between the Mwangi Expanse and the deserts in the north. But they're a full blown ranger now. They make their own rules.
So does that mean that, like in The Last of Us Part 2, soon you're gonna
Whoa,
die?
whoa, 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 whoa,
No.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Finnick is not retiring from adventures. He's like on a sabbatical from adventures, as in he needs to do his professor stuff, or he's afraid that they might fire him.
Oh wait, so you are playing it? Oh,
Yeah,
Blow up? from levelless familiar to level 12 or to level 11 fucking ranger.
Yeah.
Impeccable.
And also,
Absolutely.
Fertilizer.
it was kind of a big
called
thing.
fertilizer.
It's not just fertilizer. It's also the fact that when Pepper was doing these bouts, they kind of got ahead of themselves and might have also there was like some sort of weird traveling professor that was like visiting Nantambu, and they might have accidentally gotten in a fight with them. It was a whole ordeal, but I think they probably made it up. Finnick assumes that they made it up, but
So, I have some questions. Before, we couldn't talk to Pepper. That was the case, right?
but yeah, Pepper only spoke Sylvan, and that was part of Finnick's origins as like kind of a slightly druidic person. Was he was taught Sylvan by Pepper. It was kind of a one-way thing because Pepper wanted to communicate with him because Pepper was like, I need this big, strong, dumb idiot to not destroy anything, and
I
Finnick
need
was
this
like,
big father to be my.
to be
I think
my
you mean
uncle.
big
My
uncle.
father.
Hold on.
The
I need
father
this
to
uncle
my
to
niece.
bother me. It's kind of like when your dad dies and your uncle adopts you. It's kind of a godfather uncle niece situation,
But
But
now
they're a
she
plant
speaks,
and a
A
cactus.
godfunkle niece.
now she speaks other languages too.
Yeah, she during her
Beef uncles
adventures
on my niece till
during her
I.
during her adventures
Oh
she
no, she does not uncle
The-
on my niece.
no, she does not uncle on her niece. They learn common, because they're exposed to so much during their adventures. It only makes sense, and they have some Fey origins, so obviously they also speak Fey as well. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I imagine Raza like when you know when Pepper like starts to learn to speak common, like Raza is like talking to Pepper all the time just because she would be really interested in like speaking with this living plant.
The thing
And
is though,
learning
is like
their life experiences.
yeah, it is Pepper knows that her grasp over common language isn't amazing. She's still not entirely the most intelligent. She's wise. She knows like how a situation goes. She can read that she's not, great at common, but it kind of
Excuse me,
works to
Sean.
her
The
advantage.
ability to speak common is not an indicator of intelligence.
Yeah, I know, but like she knows that she's not smart, or they know that they're not smart. But in a kind of wise way, they use that to their advantage, and are just like, if you hadn't seen this Leshy before, you would think it was a stuffed animal. It's like ridiculously cute. It's imagine like a prickle pear cactus with like those weird little red nubs, but like tied up into like what almost kind of look like buns, but it's like almost like pantomime. Like if you saw their like shadow, it would almost look like a bunny rabbit or something. It's weird. Um, and they still carry around like shards of their like potted plant. It still exists. They can still reform it if they really care to, but um, they walk around on their cactus stumps. The needles on their face are kind of like more organized. I'm not sure if it's like a thing of like being out in the wild or something that has to do with like taking on animal form sometimes when they're a druid. But there's always this like ever present kind of like whisker formation around their face where needles just kind of clump up and are extra long that makes them look like a cactus with very bunny like features in like a weird way.
I've heard you correct yourself a couple of times. Is Pepper she, her, or they, them?
I think it's a she they. It
She,
they yeah, it's kind of like a spirit thing where they kind of understand themselves as being, an ephemeral leshy spirit. It doesn't really matter. But just because they were like naturalized and Pepper is more of a feminine thing, they kind of just go along with it. But they're a plant they acknowledge it, but they kind of also vibe with the whole like being a kind of a cutesy girl archetype.
Yeah, it's a vibe. I like it.
You know?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I imagine like Raza becomes friends pretty quickly, like when they could talk together.
Yeah.
Cool. Great.
Nice downtime activities, guys.
Now I'm gonna
was
talk
very
about
cool.
runes again, because you guys have like 1,000 gold here, and then
Oh
like
yeah, can I
another
have enough gold for
another bunch
my
of
resiliency?
exceptionally
How much is
fine wine.
resilience?
It is resilient is 340 gold.
140. Remove 340 from that sack. Or actually, I think I can do that.
Do I need to do that as a spellcaster? Like, are you talking to me as well, Matt?
Yeah, you probably should. I mean, if you
Okay.
want like more AC and more bonus to your saves.
I mean, are you recommending that I do this? Like, should we
I mean,
sacrifice the
a
gold
+1
for
rune
all of us to do
is
that?
a +1 armor potency is 160 gold pieces. I don't
Okay.
think there's any reason for anybody to not have that.
Okay.
You know, when you look at like +2, that's another +1, but that costs 1,060.
Sure, yeah.
If
I'll
you
get a
could remove,
which is quite
Take
a
a
bit
plus
more.
one rune.
And then resilient, I mean, it's 340 gold for +1 each of your saves. Like, the game is balanced, assuming you have these things, basically.
Okay.
if you
um,
could remove that 340 for the resiliency I just threw on the shirt, that would be appreciated.
I'm not going to. If
I
you're
don't know how
talking
to
me.
change the money amount.
You press the minus button.
Minus? There's no minus button for me. I don't think
Top?
I have
You
access.
don't have a minus button?
Oh, yeah. It's really weird. I figured out how it worked. You like drag it into your inventory, and then a box will come up that says like how much do you want to take. It took me a long time to figure it
Oh,
out.
really?
That's
Yeah,
really
you can
dumb.
do that as well. And then weapon runes. Obviously, not all of you have weapons, but you should look at, you should probably have like +2 striking at this point. You could even think about greater striking if you wanted to. That's 1,065. And then also property
somebody-
runes. There's lots of cool weapon and armor property runes. So I'd recommend looking.
Is somebody taking these bracers of armor, speaking of which? Because somebody should.
You
They're
might
basically
I think I have plenty of armor.
they're
They
basically
don't help me,
just,
so I put them in there.
they're basically just explorer's armor with a armor potency rune.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they give you a +1 AC. I mean, like, I'll put them on.
I think the
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
once
it's an
you don't
item
stack.
bonus. Yeah, it's an item
Yeah.
bonus. So actually, Sam, if you didn't want to, like, the braces of armor are the same as a +1 armor bones rune,
Sure, I'll just do that.
but you can't do both.
Yeah, I mean, I will use the braces of armor because I think Zach's trying to get some gauntlets, right? Your gloves or something, right?
I bought them.
Make sure
you
when
did?
you
Okay.
make sure when you invest in it, Sam, your AC goes up.
It did.
I'm rocking the greater healing
Sick.
gloves. What's up?
Oh, I too am rocking the greater healer's gloves.
Hell yeah, brother.
You
Well, let's
guys,
get on with the story, fellas.
you guys are never gonna die. Never.
I mean,
You
I
can't-
don't have the undying trait anymore. I can't. Give
Every
up.
single one of you,
Um,
unless your name is Bashar, has healing.
Wait, do you guys have Revivify? Because I do.
The fuck is Revivify?
I'm a plant. I don't know what
This
revivify
guy
means.
is a cleric. This guy's like, I'm gonna heal
All
the
I
shit
know
out
is
of you
more
guys.
fucking
I'm only
bloodlust.
gonna heal you guys. The fuck is Revivify? What the fuck? I've
It's
never
okay.
heard of
I
anything
have
like
it. We're
that.
okay.
See, she did amazingly on like the first half of her surgery class. It's the ending part that doesn't quite click.
Oh god.
Hey, is it called Revivify? What's it called?
I'm looking it up. I have it. Raise Dead.
Resurrection. True resurrection.
Raise Dead is the spell that we have. That
I don't
can
I
raise
don't
people
know if
from the dead right
is
now.
that the one that
Hammered.
is that like zombie raised dead or is that like good
No.
raised dead?
No,
It
you can call forth a dead creature's soul, bringing it back to their body.
It
It's
is
Within
uncommon.
3 days.
It is uncommon. Did you
I learn it because of a major lesson
Oh, right.
from my witch
Yes,
class.
because you're witch. That's
This
good.
guy went to witch
Oh,
class.
Because
wow, that's
it's
really
only
good.
divine. So nobody around here is gonna teach you that shit.
Yeah, so basically from here on out, Matt, death is meaningless.
Gotcha. So you want me to make it harder?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
honestly.
sure. I mean,
as
yeah,
long as we get
why
rewarded
not?
for it. more.
Guys, remember the last time it was hard?
it's all
Do it,
trivial
you
and meaningless now, so I'm fine. Just make it as
What,
hard
what
as
if
you
we
want.
don't read a character's intentions right? We have like a weird non-verbal moment, and then we like all die.
It's fine.
Just Shepard, just always stay on the edge of combat so you can run away and race.
Dude, I
down.
turn invisible at the beginning of every combat.
Jesus.
Every spell currently in my spell list is just to avoid damage.
Oh my
Except
god.
except for one fireball.
Oh my god, it's so expensive.
Yeah, it's really
Holy
expensive. That's why I didn't take it. I was like, there's no way I'm fucking casting this ever.
2200 gold. Holy
It's way
shit.
cheaper to just make a new character, if I'm being honest with you guys. Um,
It's actually very
Yeah.
profitable. You
When
get
you
a bunch
make a
of
new
money.
character, Matt just gives you 4,000 gold.
gold.
Also, like once we reach 14th level, it doesn't affect us anymore.
What happens at 14th level?
You can't
It
resurrect.
says one dead creature of 13th level or lower.
Oh, I see.
I'm sure there's a higher level spell.
Damn,
you
that's
get-
fucking crazy though. That's a very good spell to be given by your lesson.
Well, it also gives me Curse of Death, which is my favorite focus spell right now. Because it gives what's it called?
Beaver said hi to
Person.
Zach, and then hi to everybody else, and then hi to me.
Amazing.
So funny.
That does mean that you are no longer a part of everybody else.
That's interesting. That's an interesting dynamic.
Let's get to the story. I want to hear what's happening in this
Since
chapter.
graduating as lore speakers, and this applies to like
Bitch, who?
2 of you, and becoming teachers at the Magaambya,
High five, Zach.
now we've expanded it to
thanks,
3
Dad.
of you. You
Yeah,
guys
wait,
have,
it's also an Edian.
Oh, and Edian.
yeah,
Yeah, hey guys.
you guys have come a long way and accomplished much, earning the respect of your peers at the Magaambya and the community in Nantambu. Word of these new lore speakers has traveled far. They cared for their students so much that they risked their lives to search for a student's family far from Nantambu, even after she abandoned her lessons. They also scoured the ruins of Bloodsalt and faced off against the Knights of Abednego. These lore speakers are heroes. After your
Very
return,
true.
you've been the talk of the academy.
You're goddamn right. Here's the thing. Everybody comes to see. They're like, oh, let's see Nettie and the hero. And you see like, I've made like a giant sculpture of like a crying urinal. And it's like, see the tears of blood represent my suffering.
You have that
Shepard,
moment.
by the way, over the year has become like increasingly involved in Nedian's life just to make sure he's okay.
Well, that's
I've started
nice.
taking anger management classes.
Fennec now wears a big shirt that says "I love my daughter" every single
I love
day.
my niece.
I love
That's weird.
Yeah, you guys are like several like everybody
Washed
wants
up.
to be in your guys' classes. You know, like they're full all the time. You know, people are in Nedian's classes, you know, and somebody would be like, why is this guy's class so popular? He's just mad the whole time and like doing art. He's like actually like kind of frightening. And the other students will be like, you don't know?
Like, no,
And
he's
they
a
tell him
genius.
they tell him the everything you've done. You're like, whoa, this guy's a legend. And then also,
Absolute ledge.
you know, the people that you called teachers only a short time ago, they now look upon you respectively as peers, or at least most of them do.
How long has it been? How long have we been enrolled in the school? Has it been like 2-3 years?
I have no clue. Multiple years.
Got it.
Several, maybe even several. Maybe we're approaching several. You know, 4 years.
Oh my god, I can't even think about going back. Where when when Nedian and Finnick and all of their late friends got 3 spells at orientation.
Nedian is so alone. He's hanging out with his friend's niece.
Oh no!
Let's have a moment of silence for the ones we've lost.
Yeah, can you say
Very
their
true.
names?
Lavana, I don't remember Sam's original character.
Desdemona.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Desdemona.
Desdemona.
Sam, what was your original character's name?
Darwin, baby.
Darwin. Oh my god.
Darwin.
It's
And
been
of
a
course,
long time.
Cams. Can't forget Cams. Loyal
Who the
member
hell?
of the team.
For those of you in chat, you will not remember any of these people.
I don't
Certainly
remember
not Cams.
Because we don't.
Cams is the only one
Cam
who
was
actually was on
Josh's.
this show.
Oh,
Yeah, Josh's character who died
Got it.
the session
Oh, what
after
about
he joined.
Kane?
Ooh.
His name is Keon, actually, but
Oh,
he's alive.
Yeah, he's retired. He's in my.
He's
I've
learned a
got a
lot.
Dench folder and I've got a retired folder, and he's in the
He
retired
works,
folder.
he works for the mayor, remember?
I know.
Well, I don't remember that.
Yeah, he left to go work with the mayor as she rebuilt the town.
How does it feel that like certain parts of like the truth of this universe only exist in like the one of you guys' mind who actually remembers it?
oh my god.
Like
Oh,
if
wow.
you had forgotten that fact, then it would no longer be true.
That's insane. It's
Oh my
literally like I now
Oral history
understand.
moment.
Like the ancient Greeks talk about the 3 deaths. I fucking get it now.
Well, oddly enough, though, that actually is on the stream. Like it is on the first episode.
Oh, is it on the
because-
first episode?
Because I played Raza for the first time that episode.
Well, never mind then. But everything before that.
Oh, I don't know. Actually, I'm sure we mentioned him, but I don't think him leaving is in that episode. But I don't know.
The historians will scour it. But now it's in this
Yeah.
episode, so there you go.
We've done it. We've saved a bit of history there.
After a year,
Freaking me out.
you all have been given a new opportunity to serve the Magaambya in an even greater capacity.
Oh yeah, brother.
High Sun Mage Oyamba is looking to send the Magaambya's best members on a diplomatic mission to the city of Mzali. With your burgeoning fame and noble feats, he sees you as ideal representatives. He asks Finnick, but Finnick says, just send Pepper.
Send my niece.
She's much better than me.
Bro, he's
They're-
really feeling washed
They
up.
are just about, if not more capable than I am.
Finnick's got like not even a 5 o'clock shadow, like a 15 o'clock shadow.
A
Sitting
3
there like,
p.m.
I have
shadow.
papers to
You know,
grade.
it's like I tore my ACL.
No! What if that actually happened? What if that's actually why we're retiring the character? He tore his goddamn ACL.
He was gonna go to the big leagues.
Can you say one more time what the name of the place where I have to go to is?
It's called Mzali. It is spelled Mzali.
MZALI.
Is that the gorilla one?
No, that's
Oh.
Osoro.
That's King Kong.
Oh, okay.
How do you spell Inzale again?
Mzali.
MZALI.
Yes.
And what is this place
It's a city.
known for?
We'll get there.
Okay.
Oyamba also invites some of the other faculty, as well as a cleric that maybe some of you have met. She's done some guest lectures.
Specifically on horrifying blood loss.
Which she just learned having come here.
Yeah, she's very proud of it.
Named Anna Theist.
Pepper, the moment that they see Anatheist, they instantly recognize them as the person that they like clobbered with their like spiky thorns in like a fit of rage one day.
Oh, I don't remember that happening. So
I'm glad that you're forgetful because
yeah, no, it's very good.
yeah, Pepper would be embarrassed if they knew how to be.
Okay.
You arrive at Oyamba's office. The doors open to a bookshelf-lined room containing a small stage. Wait. No, you meet him at the Archhorn Library, not his office, I guess. Because his office wouldn't have a small stage.
Got it.
Several people are already here, including Teacher Ott, Koride Ulawa, several other faculty members, all of you, of course. Except for you individually, because you just got here. But everybody else in the group is already here. I'll let you figure out how that works. Oyamba is wearing his red cloak and leopard mask, and he steps out from the group. He opens his arms and says, "Ah, there they are, our famous lore speakers. Welcome. You're just in time. I was just about to explain the task at hand. Please, all of you, take a seat." High Sun Major Oyamba is an impressive figure. His steps are wide and heavy, but he seems to glide across the stage as he moves, suggesting a grace that his rigid movements belie. His voice carries from the stage with charisma and electricity of a teacher with long experience. The city of Mzali is a place of great culture, fine crafts, and a storied history. Unfortunately, the city's ruler, God King Walkena, seems intent on stymieing the city's potential. Walkena returned from the dead over a century ago, liberating the city from a group of Chalaxian invaders. While Mzali was free from the tyranny of these raiders, it was replaced by a different type of tyranny altogether, Walkena's. Now Walkena rules the city, but does so with cruelty. He demands his people's loyalty and worship, and punishes anyone who questions his rule, and has banned all non-native Mwangi people from his city. The people of Mzali suffer under Walkena's rule. Now, the Magaambya is not dedicated to revolution, assassination, or liberation of the subjugated. It is a place of learning, teaching, and charity. I believe that the Magaambya can help Mzali and its people using peaceful methods. I am proposing a diplomatic mission to the city, one that can convince Walkena and his ruling council of Mwanyisa to open the city to outsiders. With the city open to outside influence, the Magaambya and other groups can enter the city and improve trade and the overall health of the citizenry. At the very least, if the Magaambya can put a stop to Walkena's casual slaughter of non-Mwangi people from his draconian laws, that's probably offensive to draconians, but I guess there's no like drag. Anyway, it will save dozens, if not hundreds of lives.
Cobaltian law.
Yeah, Cobaltian law. That's my name. I don't expect this diplomatic mission to change Walkena's heart entirely, but this important first step opens the door to the possibility for greater change for Mzali in the future. Now, this task, it won't be a simple one. Negotiations may require several weeks or even several months of work. Evil people lead Mzali, including Walkena, the God King's inner circle, and the Council of Mwanyisa. Each of them will be on the lookout for an opportunity for the Magaambian delegation to slip up and break one of the city's laws. Another complication is the existence of the Bright Lions, a local group dedicated to rising up against Walkena and liberating the city from his rule. The Magaambya has no official contact with the Bright Lions, but it's likely that the group will try to make contact with the delegation, which might complicate matters. Officially, the Magaambya empathizes with the people of Mzali, but is dedicated to a liberation of the city via diplomatic means. As such, the Magaambya forbids the delegation from working with the Bright Lions, no matter how appealing their cause.
Raza raises her hand.
Yes, Raza.
What about the members amongst us who are not native to the Mwangi Expanse?
Yeah,
Shepard
how?
raises his hand.
Like, what about me? I'm not like
I
Milwaukee.
raise my hand.
I'm a plant.
I am certainly not from the Wonky.
Shepard
Yes.
looks around and says, "Are any of us from the Moangu Expanse?"
Well, Walkenna has slowly warmed to relations with other Mwangi entities, like the city of Kibwe and the Magaambya. And Kibwe merchants have been receiving Walkenna's seal for years now, which allows them to trade in the city. We have a similar agreement, which will allow us to send a group to study the city and speak with officials. So this seal will allow you to move about in the city as if you were a citizen, although normally with an escort. So you won't just be killed, but you'll still have to follow the city's laws, such as adhering to curfew and obeying Walkenna's commands.
Thank
there any
God you
other-
guys have me. I can speak to seals.
Are there any other laws that we should know about?
Nope, just your standard tyrannical, leadership.
What will we expect while we're in Mazzali? Will it be much
Most-
different to Nantambu? Like, I've been there before.
Sorry,
I'm cool.
It's hard to say.
The most American statement of like, do we have anything else that we should know on this highly specialized mission to a foreign country? Oh, just there's like regular dictatorship stuff.
Yeah,
That's
like
really
don't
funny.
say bad things about the people in charge and do what they tell you and stuff like that.
Do we have time to do some research or?
Yes. You have an amount of time. Once you're ready, you can head out.
And is it just us 5?
No, there are more people here right now. More faculty member. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other faculty members.
Anybody
which
else
you
who we
know
could
and some which you
recognize
don't
or
know as
who
well.
we should know the name of because we've been working with them for years?
You definitely know all of their names. And I'll show you them. You've
Is it
got
the delegation?
it is in fact the delegation. You've got Ahasanu, whom you may recognize.
Nope.
She is an expert on diplomatic history and relations. Why she is coming. Izum Mezatani. This guy is like an Asimar kind of guy. That's cool.
Can you spell the first person's name?
You can find it in the
It's all
folder.
in the
thingy.
delegation.
Ah, the
You go
delegation.
to the journal tab. Yeah, he's like an archaeology guy. Probably about all you know about this guy. Corey Day, of course. You know Corey Day. She's generally very laid back and, relaxed person, which might be, good to have. She's also big into bugs and stuff and animals, plants,
Suspiciously
and
so.
whatnot. There is a jungle nearby called the Screaming Jungle, and it's called that because it's got a lot of monkeys that scream a lot. Mafika Ayuwari is coming. If you recall, a few years back, he was on a diplomatic trip to Tian Sha, and he got back and then hosted a fighting tournament, which you guys participated in.
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh yeah, that was great.
So he's coming along. Also, we've got this person whose name is Nhyra. It's Nhyira.
I don't know if
And-
there's.
and
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
say Nahira.
You hear about the new guy?
That was funny.
Yeah, you
Good
don't know
one.
much about
Good
her.
one.
I'm still saying she is a historian
what is-
and arts patron. And then also Takulu At, who you all know, of course, is coming along. In addition to that, Oyamba says a group of daring conversants has angled for official membership within the delegation. And that includes Butch Chastity, who's coming along.
Nice.
Thank God.
Who else?
Oh, can we please have what's her face?
Eddie?
Oh shit, hold on. Can we please have Mariama?
Yeah, Mariama's coming.
Can we
I
bring
really like the bit of her being salty.
Lizard Boy?
Oh yeah.
They are-
Sarazul Akai is coming.
Come
Wait,
on,
can we
Let me show
bring-
these
Cheshire.
people.
Yeah.
Cheshire, please.
Yeah, we'll get them in there.
What about? Oh fuck! Is Anchor Root still here?
Yeah, Anchor Root's coming. It's really just like an all-star team, basically.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
Okay, that's
God.
everybody. That's enough.
Who
That's
is
enough people.
who's grown out of her spite for us has grown into like the worst student of all time.
Oh my.
She actually probably could have graduated by now if she like wasn't so like
Yeah, hung up on hating us.
exactly. And that's the group.
Awesome. So I'm trying to be a good note taker in this season. Can you remind me the name of the city we're going to?
Zali. And
NZALI.
yeah, it is unfortunately not on this map, but it is that way.
Are we
that-
allowed
Which
to
way are
look?
you pointing?
It's this way.
Are we allowed to look at a Mwangi Expanse map? Or...
Yeah, you can look at a map. It is it's pretty far to the southeast.
What is this radical rebellious group that we're not supposed to join? The something tigers?
the Bright Lions.
Oh, Bright Lines. Thank you.
That one's easy
is-
to remember because there's a million archetypes called Bright Lion something.
It's about 450 miles away.
I give Shepard a little nudge and I whisper to him, "Well, we've started like 2 or 3 revolutions already. We could do another one."
Yeah, I am. Yeah, Shepard kind of looks at Nedian and is like, "Yeah, well, you've lost a little bit of your peaceful sparkle and have replaced it with this I don't want to say raging inferno, but
Did you
Ye-
see my last set of pieces all about the ineffectuality of liberalism in causing social change?
This guy's my dad's
I
friend.
did, Nedian. I think I was the only one who got one.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Shepard
He'll come
is
around.
like Shepard is like an avid supporter of your work and does his best to support.
Very nice of him.
Appreciate it.
Raza doesn't spend any money on your work, but she always tells you how pretty it is.
That's fine. Brightline Medical Group within the city. Who is the name of this guy who was resurrected 100 so years ago?
Walkenna.
He defended the city from whom?
The Chilaxians.
Yeah, the
are
Tiefling
they?
nation.
They're
there's a-
like the big baddies from up north.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a nation called Chellax, and they are known for diabolism.
So, spoilers, I also looked at a map. There's another country nearby, which is also like, we liberated ourselves from Cheliax! So it's a pretty common theme, it looks like.
So the Chelaxian is like a tiefling-esque nation.
Yeah, they're like
they
there
have
would
a
be
high
bad.
tieflings existed.
population due to their diabolism, but
What is diabolism? I don't know that word.
they make deals with devils.
Oh,
You
I
know the
don't, guys,
word
I don't know
diabolic.
if
It's
tieflings
like
exist
that.
in this game.
Yeah, Diabloism.
Yeah, there's no tieflings, but they're like
the
devil people.
the group that I owe money to is like the East India Trading Company, but for Cheliacs, if that makes sense.
Sounds like a great group of people to owe money to.
Yeah, no, I mean I chose them because they're like imperializing this area and they have a lot of money. So
Pepper like waddles over to Raza and stares up with her like big cartoonish anime eyes and says, "What money? What money?"
I show her a gold piece. This is money.
She takes the gold piece and eats it.
Oh my god.
And it like rattles around inside of her and then it just falls out.
Oh my god.
I like look kind of proud and I go like, yeah, that's my friend's niece.
This is a player question. Has Nedian sort of lost his way with words?
Huh?
No.
Oh no, I am not as good, but I still have pretty high charisma. I have plus 14, or sorry, not plus 14. I have 14 charisma instead of like 20, so it's not bad. But
It's
like,
got +4 instead of
It is still
+5.
better than mine.
Okay, got it. I'm just wondering.
Oh, wait. did I?
I could
is
be the
mine
new
higher
face.
than I thought?
I could be the new face.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
wondering
my
'cause,
charisma is plus 4 rather than plus 5.
Wait.
I'm just wondering because charisma seems pretty important for this overall mission.
Oh, I've only got +4 too. Never mind.
Is
Even though
anything you
Shepard
guys
is now showing his face and speaking, his charisma is still incredibly low.
is there anything you guys want to do before you depart?
I honestly should probably wrap up soon, but
But is there anything you want to do?
Your mom.
I say goodbye to Fern and Alta yet again.
I meant like
I start
Well, yeah.
reading about the area.
you read about the area?
Yeah.
Wow, look at this thing you're
Wow,
about to
this
get.
guy's a nerd. This guy's a Hulk nerd.
I sent
Wow.
you
Like,
motherfuckers.
My huge hand, my huge muscly fish hand, holding the smallest book on the area.
I
I
like
sent
that.
you motherfuckers a PDF.
Oh,
You
damn.
want to learn? Read the PDF.
Thanks.
That's great.
I know how much you guys like
Thanks
personal.
for the homework.
The what is a PDF? What does it stand for? Anybody know?
Power, protection, and protocols.
A
Gotcha.
Pathfinder
It's personal.
Society
It's
device
It's like-
for
portable document.
File.
It's portable document
Format.
if I remember correctly.
a Pathfinder docent
Path-
finding.
Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely at least one of those. Well, thanks for joining us at the first episode of the second chapter
Well, Kenna is also a child.
of the Lockpicking Club, but actually it's the 4th book of the
boy.
adventure path. See ya.
Very true. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hold on, wait, everybody wait, everybody wait, everybody
Yeah?
wait, everybody wait, everybody wait.
Very funny.
The quote in the middle of this Wakena PDF is horrifying.
You cannot be
That's pretty
understood
If
like
you
that.
could say that without eating your microphone, that'd be really cool.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The quote that's in the middle of the first page here is kind of horrifying. Threats to what you hold holy must be cleansed in fire. Fire is a tool that those in power use to protect that which they must. Power, protection, and protocols. Who is power, protection, and protocols?
It might be like a document, like a
Like PPP
I
loans.
think it's a band.
Next time on the Cock Frigging Chub.
No, you can't do that.
What? Yo. Yo. What?
Pepper goes up to Finnick with like just a bunch of dirt in her mouth and like is like talking at the same time while chewing on the dirt, so you can't really understand what they're saying, but it's really cool looking.
Nedian walks up to this conversation and is also just has a ton of dirt in his mouth. And
Oh God, King Wakena, what big balls you have!
Oh my god.
Because this negotiation is so important, Shepard is going to shave his head again.
I grab his balls and I squeeze.